Minute intro, 30-minute intro, 30-minute intro.
Hey, you dorks, this is Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you are listening to The Dorkening.
Hi, I'm Brian Johnson, and although you probably accidentally stumbled across it and have no idea why you're watching it, you are in fact watching The Dorkening.
Hello, this is Tom Kenny, voice actor, the voice of the Ice King on Adventure Time, and SpongeBob SquarePants. Meow. Oh, Gary the Snail, too. Hey, guess what you're filling your eye holes and ear holes with? The Dorkening! Oh, I love the Dorkening. Very popular in Ooh. And Bikini Bottom.
Hi, I'm Lou Ferrigno. You're watching The Dorkening. And you know what? You don't like me when I get angry, so don't get me angry. You better keep watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, this is Felissa Rose, and you're watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, it's Courtney Palm. We're shooting Death House, and you're watching The Dorkening.
This is Anthony Michael Hall, and you're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned, my friends are going to show you what entertainment's all about, baby.
The Dorkening.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
And here we are. We are now live on the Dorkening. It's going to be a fun show. A lot of geeky stuff to talk about. But as always, James, how's it going, my friend?
Going good, guys. Going good.
Steven.
Hello.
Hello.
Here's the echo.
Yeah.
You guys getting an echo?
Not anymore.
Oh, that's
That
odd.
was weird. But you heard it, right, Steve? You heard the echo for a second?
Yes.
No, it's all in your minds. Okay, so no spoilers tonight. I know one of us has seen Godzilla versus Kong. I'm going to be watching it tonight after the show. So I'll stay up and watch it. It'll be a late night for me.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the only thing I'm gonna say is F you, I was right, F you, I was right, F you, I was right. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, but we'll talk about it next week after everybody had a chance to see it. James, I'm assuming you're going to watch it this weekend.
Sure. Add it to the list of other things I have to watch.
Well, you're still working on
Snyder Cut first.
Yeah, I gotta finish my Snyder Cut first. I'm about an hour and 22 minutes through it. It's a lot of movie, and I'm not against it. I like the pacing. I actually like the pacing of the movie. I actually did watch Man of Steel and watched Batman v Superman Extended Edition before I watched Justice League, just because I wanted to remember how we got there. I did not watch the original Justice League because that's hot, wet fart of a movie.
Tell us how you really feel, James.
Oh, it's a wet, hot fart movie. It's like it killed me. Like even watching some of the clips and some of like them talk about the differences is like mind blowing. And for me, I actually don't mind the 4:3 aspect ratio. I actually like it. I think it's actually it's very reminiscent of like how I initially watched movies. And it reminds me a lot of like Batman, Batman, Superman, Batman Adventures, and Justice League Unlimited, Justice League. Like it really reminded me of like watching that type of show. But then it also reminded me like how good Ezra Miller is as Flash so far, and like how he gets a lot more comedy. It just shows like I like Ben Affleck's Batman. I haven't got really to much of anything of Superman yet, because I'm only like an hour into it. But even like Jason Momoa's Aquaman is starting to be a little bit more fleshed out than what was there. But you can definitely see the tonal differences between that Aquaman and the Aquaman you got in the movie Aquaman, just by subtle changes and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I don't want to say anything. Spoil it. Never mind.
So you gotta, yeah. So I mean, even like the new backstory of like the battle on Earth with men, Atlanteans, Amazons, and like the gods and the lantern and stuff like that, which still is like one of the coolest scenes is the lantern. But then of course, I've seen screenshots and of Kilowog dead on Earth. There's stuff like that I've seen online, which again, it's not spoiling anything because I know the trailer's been out, which kind of builds upon some of the stuff. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to seeing, where Martian Manhunter pops in. Am I whispering?
You're a little low.
So now you tell me this 10 minutes into the show.
I thought you were being very subtle, very
No, my output and gain is. Oh, let me try my output. Is this better?
You're better.
All right, there we go.
Better.
You sounded perfectly fine to me.
Thank you, Steve. But like I said, am I one of the people that would like to see more of Zack Snyder's work in DC? Yes, I think he has a very compelling way of telling a story, and he.
Are you going to support Restore the Snyderverse?
No, I am not. I am not supporting that. I put it this way. I like where the universe is, and if you're going to keep playing with the toys in this universe, I don't like what DC has come out and said, diving headlong into the multiverse. You have to have some sort of continuity.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that as a no nonsense person. That you live in an age where you have the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that is the gold standard you're always going to be put against. So like for me, if you're going to do some sort of continuity, which you have Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman throughout these roles. You have Jason Momoa as Aquaman through these roles. And hopefully, you have Cavill coming back to do another Man of Steel or another Superman movie or something. And then even to a point you have Flash. So you have these major characters that you're continuing to build off of. I don't see why you cannot still have them interact with each other. I know the Flash, you're going to get that, even though there's rumors now that Michael Keaton's not coming back for this movie because of coronavirus, and he doesn't want to travel to England to shoot the movie. So now he's even said, like, I have the script, I haven't even read it, and I'm supposed to be there in like a month. So there's talk of him pulling out, and maybe him being replaced by Christian Bale, which I'm like, no, thank you on that. I'm all set with that. Like, give me Thomas Wayne as like the darker Batman all day.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, bring him in.
But for me, it's very much like Zack Snyder got to tell his story. Thank you, Warner Brothers, for letting him show us what his end game was supposed to be. But for me, it's like I've said multiple times in the show, give somebody else the tools to play with these toys and see what stories they can come up with. Some of the stuff I'm not against, and I'm going to put the biggest asterisk, and I want nobody to get mad at me when I'm saying this. They've been rumored about a Black Superman movie. I am not saying that I want a Black Superman movie. The problem with a Black Superman movie is the title that's going to be associated with it. You can call it Superman all you want. What is it always going to be called? Black Superman.
Yeah.
And I think that does no service to that character and whoever's playing that character. Do you think Michael B. Jordan would be fantastic as Kal-El and as a Superman character? Of course I do. I could 100% see him doing that character. The problem with that character is for the last 85 years, it's been a white muscular man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to make an African-American version of that, it's just going to go down that road of Blackula. How many of those movies that, you're taking an African-American actor, putting him in a white role, and now it's called Black or African-American blank. And I think that's going to do more harm than good for that role. What you should be doing is building John Stewart, and that's your Green Lantern, and build the story around him, and take a lesser known Green Lantern, but you're not really, because he was in the animated show, John Stewart, and make him a focal point and give him his own movie. Don't do Hal Jordan, do John Stewart. Yep. There's plenty of those kind of characters you could build around and not kind of do that kind of name type.
And even following the Batman story now, the current Batman is African American. In the next Batman, it was somebody that he trained, and I still need to read what was it, something metal,
especially with the Batwoman series now on CW, the cast change.
In which they recast even Ruby Rose's character, which I thought, if I'm Ruby Rose, I'm like, fuck you. But again, Ruby Rose, you walked away from the role. Like, I don't blame WB being like, you wanted no part of this. Like, we're going to recast
Well,
you.
she did get hurt pretty bad.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things, like, you got hurt, but she literally was like, hey, can I take a break?
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I don't want to come back. And then all of a sudden, when the show actually was their continued, she's like, well, I'm open to come back. I'm like, of course you're open to come back, because the ratings didn't falter when they hired a new Batwoman. Like, but that's always been a LGBT character. That's always been a minority character. Like, it's nothing that's been outside the realm of the characters. A drastic shift like that is not going to do anybody any good, because you are going to because our world is a crazy fucking world, and that movie's not going to be received well. And then they're going to be like, I wonder why. It screams Ghostbusters 2016 when I see that. Like, there's 18 projects announced by the Warner Brothers that have DC related to it. 14.
One of them's Black Adam.
Yes, which I am so happy about that casting.
Pierce Brosnan alone, I was just like, okay, sold.
Yeah, it's Dr. Fate. And again, that's a fun character to bring into the DCEU.
So real quick, before you say no to restore the Snyderverse, finish the Snyder Cut first.
The problem is the Snyderverse is still active. Like that's people forget. Like there's Shazam's already in that universe, Wonder Woman's already in that universe, and so is an Aquaman and Flash. Are you telling me because of Darkseid?
Finish watching it.
I said my piece last week. I'm staying out of this conversation.
No, that's fine. No, like Leo, it's okay. Like again, it's he got to finish his movie. He got to do it for his daughter.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah, and I'm extremely happy about that. But they need to restore the Snyderverse.
They don't got to do.
They can easily tie it into Flashpoint.
The whole reason you're doing Flashpoint is to reset everything.
Yeah, but
to get away from Snyder.
Yeah, but before, like the current Flashpoint that they just did in the cartoons, they essentially obliterated the world. They everybody died. And then they did Flashpoint and reset everything. So, I mean, you can play that kind of game too. Maybe, Darkseid wins and kills everybody in a movie. And then, it's like Endgame, the snap and half the people are gone. And it's all.
The problem is, and here's the problem with that. You've already lost Cyborg. You're done with him. And he's starting to get flushed out as a character, which I'm very enjoying watching. Gal Gadot is pregnant again. So she's not shooting any new stuff for at least 2 years. And Jason Momoa has one more movie left on his contract, and they don't even know what to do with Superman. Like it's never going to happen.
They have a perfect Superman and they fucked it up.
Well, that's Warner Brothers for you. Like that's always been Warner. Like it like I said, it really doesn't help when they didn't really outline what they wanted to do with him. And yes,
there was an outline. They just fucked it up.
Tell us how you really feel, Leo.
Okay.
I still think Cavill is still on board. I think he's actively said he wants another Man of Steel, but now the rumors are swirling that he's Commander Shepard in the Mass Effect movie.
And I thought there was talk about bringing him into the MCU as well.
Yeah, I don't like I said, his plate is pretty full to begin with, so it's like one of those things where he still has to do season 3 of The Witcher.
3 or 2?
No, 3. I think 2's already shot.
2's
almost
shot.
Yeah, season 3.
And then you have rumors of he's Commander Shepard for the Mass Effect movie.
Yep.
That's a huge commitment. Then there's rumors that he's in another Superman movie that's being developed by J.J. Abrams. Or the rumor with him is that J.J. Abrams is making a Superman movie, but it's another Kryptonian that's on Earth. But it still ties into Zack Snyder's Superman because it's going to be the Kryptonian that was out of the pod in the scene where in Man of Steel, when he walks into the ship, you see one of the pod doors open. So someone got out of there. So that they're saying they're going to do that with that story because ever since Superman came back, it's shown that Kryptonians are accepted. It's way too convoluted of a plot point. Just here's Henry Cavill, there's Brainiac or Metalloy or Bizarro.
Yeah,
have him deal with him living in a world after coming back from the dead. Done.
He is poised to be in Squadron 42, the game. It's a rookie UEE Navy combat pilot in a cinematic single-player adventure set in the Star Citizen universe. Stars Gary Oldman, Mark Hamill, Mark Strong, and Henry Cavill.
Are you sure it's not Wing Commander?
Yeah, I know. Well, Mark Hamill did Wing Commander 4.
Yeah.
Like I said, my boat is hitched to him being in Mass Effect.
Yeah,
and that's going to be the big news on N7 Day this year.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys get a chance? I know you didn't, but I'm going to ask anyway to watch Invincible.
I watched the first episode.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, we read a couple comics on the initial run of the splash pages with Alex. So I know it's really good. I like it so far. The ending of that first episode was like, holy crap, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
But the first 3 episodes were up on Prime, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, they launched 3 and then every Friday.
Yeah. So, like I said, for me, my time is really boiled down to as much things I can watch. Friday nights have been really much Falcon and Winter Soldier, or Falcon and Bucky. I know we're probably going into that a little later. But I've been watching Solar Opposites on Hulu, which is fantastic. It's such a good show.
I watched the first season. It was really good. I need to watch the second.
So you know the whole wall, the shrunken people in the wall.
Yes. Yep.
That story continues, and I'm more enthralled by that story of like that subplot than I am the other stories.
So if you like that, you should also check out Close Enough on HBO.
Okay.
It's another animated. It's a couple with a kid, and it's like it's really fucked up.
Yeah. No, I'm just happy Rick and Morty.
Yeah. It's very Rick and Morty-ish. I think it's the same animators.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know if it's the same writers, but it has a very Rick and Morty feel.
Well, the Solar Opposites is made by Justin Roiland.
Okay, nice.
So it's the same art with the same type of eyes and character design and stuff. So it's on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, like definitely check it out. There's 2 seasons out, and it's very, very funny. It's very, very dry humor. Yeah. And it's funny because it's Disney. Hulu's owned by Disney now, and some of the stuff they do in this series is like, wow, like they can't like. But it came out that Disney's really much believing, you know, they're not poking their head into it too much. They're letting shows be shows and not kind of giving notes and stuff. So
that explains why MODOK is going to be on Hulu, because it looks like something Robot Chicken would do. The animation.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. So I can see, because we were picking our brains with when we saw the preview for MODOK and the trailer. I was like, and it's on Hulu. I'm like, how come Disney's not cutting this down right now? But then,
well, it's funny because John Hamm is Iron Man in that.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm sold.
Also the Great North.
I watched that. I'm not. It's funny, but like I said, it's Bob's Burgers in Canada or Alaska for me. Like but even Bob's Burger is starting to age poorly a little bit. Like some of the jokes aren't as funny as they used to be. Also, I'm just waiting for that movie to come out. So that got pushed back again.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Stallone? The news of Stallone this week.
What, they're doing a prequel of Rocky?
No, he's King Shark.
Whatever. Like I wasn't too heartbroken about that. Like it's King Shark. Like you're not gonna get Ron Funches. Like
I know you're not gonna get Ron Funches, and I would have loved to see Ron Funches, but I think it's gonna turn out good.
So when I first saw the trailer, I didn't know it was Stallone until I saw the news.
Yeah, I think you shared it. Then I shared it shortly there afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Stallone until like 5 hours after when IGN said, "Oh, it's Stallone voicing King Shark." I'm like, "Holy crap!" Okay, fine, I'll take it.
I just love the scene. He just picks up that guy and he goes nom 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 as he's eating him.
Yeah, I know Patrick's all excited about that. Yeah, no, I like the trailer. I think it looks fun. It really is 100% a James Gunn movie. Like if you played me the trailer and did not tell me who was directing it, I'd be like, that's a James Gunn movie. It was either that or a Kevin Smith movie, one of the two.
I did like the little nod to. I like the little. I wouldn't call it nod. The little shade to COVID that they did, because when they were interrogating Peter Capaldi, they said, "If you have a vanity plate, you die. If you do this, you die. If you cough without a mask, you die." It was just like, okay, they're really poking fun at everything, and that's nice that they're.
But for me, it was the reveal of the villain. Yeah. That was the coolest fucking thing. I remember I told Jen we were watching it, and Jen's like, "What?" I'm like, "It's Starro!" Like, yes. And she's like, "Who the fuck is Starro?" I'm like, "What?" We watched like 3 YouTube videos on him.
Yeah.
I wanted to. When I saw the cast announcement like a couple months ago, and I saw Nathan Fillion was announced in the cast lineup, I was like, okay, Everyone else I'm excited for, including Nathan Fillion, but when I saw the trailer, he wasn't in it. So I was trying to dissect every frame to see like a little snippet because I wanted to see where Nathan Fillion was or when he's going to be, but they omitted him. So I'm just like, where? And I'm just like, okay, bring me to July so I can,
Well, no, they already announced the character he's playing.
Yeah.
They did in the announcement trailer.
Yeah, Disarm Man or something like that.
Yeah, he's in the trailer.
Yeah.
He's in like the second trailer. The trailer just came out. He's in that trailer.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Fuck, I missed it then. Yeah, I did.
Well, apparently Lloyd Kaufman's in the trailer as well.
Oh yeah, no, James Gunn literally called in his friends and stuff like that to be in it because basically like he makes a joke being like, oh yeah, they were like, do whatever you want. So I love Idris Elba. I think he's gonna be fantastic. Margot Robbie is she's Harley Quinn. She's literally taken that kind of character and 100% made her own. It's literally like the animated version of Harley Quinn is Tara Strong. The real life version of Harley Quinn is Margot Robbie. Like, and even like the part is like, we came to rescue. She's like, I can go back in there if you want. I'm like, that's awesome. Like that was funny, and you could tell that there's chemistry there, and how a lot of that quick humor and stuff like that. And it's very interesting. And like I said, the end villain, man, talk about pulling an OG DC villain that no one's ever done on the big screen before, and it's 100% James Gunn. Like, let's go for the most ridiculous, craziest. But I know in like some of like earlier on, it was rumored that it was Starro because some of the behind the scenes footage showed starfishes on people's faces. Or what looked like blue starfishes on people's faces. So I remember after they released the trailer, they were all of a sudden showing these but behind the scene like old posts. So, that's awesome. Like that's really, really cool. So
nice. Yeah, I'm excited as well. And that's HBO, so it's going to be straight to HBO, right?
Yeah, no, it's an HBO Max movie, which is very enjoyable. But like I said, the big numbers will back to Snyder Cut, and I think Steve, you posted this number. There wasn't as many initial streams of Justice League as there was of Wonder Woman 84.
No, I didn't post that.
So maybe I saw online. I thought it was you, but they said like the streaming rate of between Wonder Woman 84 and Justice League, it was like 2-1 or something like that. We watched Wonder Woman 84 and its 30-day release window.
First I heard of it.
but that's what that was one of the numbers they're toting around that were saying it's the reason why he won't get a sequel is because even when he literally there's no other competition, no one watched it as much as like they watched Wonder Woman 84. But at the same time, like Wonder Woman 84 was so unbelievably hyped up.
Oh yeah.
And the first one was really, really good, other than the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
I sat there, I was like, yeah, dude, like of course everybody's gonna watch Wonder Woman 1984 because of how hyped did those trailers get you? And like how excited you were to watch this movie, and then it was like it was like freaking like Price is Right, like so.
I'm hyped up for Mortal Kombat, but it got pushed back a week. So
I don't know, but see, like that doesn't bother me because there's nothing in theaters. Like it's not like
I get why they did it because as of tomorrow, Regal's going to start opening up their theaters in slow increments. So starting tomorrow, they're going to start opening like 20 theaters and like 3 days later.
New York's opening all their Regal theaters on Friday.
If you look on the website, they're going to like open like
oh yeah, no one gives a fuck. They're all open to their theaters.
Yeah, they're opening like in like 50 or 100 increments. So 3 days later, they're opening more. Then 5 days later, they're opening more. So what they want to do is show Kong versus Godzilla first and then wait for Mortal Kombat. They want to get the revenue for Kong versus Godzilla. That's why they pushed Mortal Kombat by a week, which I understand, but God damn it, I really want to see Mortal Kombat.
It's not like Ghostbusters where you're waiting till November to see it.
Yeah, or Black Widow, which we've been waiting.
Yeah, about time it goes to Disney Plus.
Oh my god! Like, who gives a fuck about that movie? Like, They've even said like it happens between Civil War and in Infinity War, and I'm like, I don't care. No one cares. Like, but well, did you hear that? Like, and then they shove another Pixar movie on for free on Disney Plus. If I'm Pixar, and this actually came out in a report today, I think it was in the Hollywood Reporter, that Pixar like employees are like disgusted.
Really?
That like they spend all this time and energy making these movies, and they're getting put on like free, like they're not in theater, so they can't go to the movie theaters and show their family and loved ones this movie.
What movie?
Soul and Luca, that new Pixar movie.
Yeah.
So it's just like one of those things, like it sucks. Like if I'm an animator and I spent 2-3 years making this movie and you're all excited it's gonna be released in the theaters, and then Disney's like, oh, by the way, we're gonna throw it on Disney Plus. How would you feel? Yeah. Like I would be disgusted.
Yeah, but you got to understand, the way the world is right now, So
no, I would understand that if it was a small independent animation company.
Yeah.
It's fucking Disney. Like they're worth billions of dollars. Like, and you just raised the Disney Plus rates $1 across the board. Again, tell me how they would have hurt if they put that movie in like August.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing, like I'll be a Disney defender, as I have like Disney posters behind me. But the way they've been handling their marketing for some of the movies, like I get it. They're just picking the wrong movies to put in theaters and the wrong movies to put on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You don't put Black Widow in theaters. You put it on Disney Plus, and you put the kids' movies in the theaters to get the kids to go to the theater, and you make those movies the premium access movies because your kids are like, I want to watch that. You'll pay the $30 to buy it. Black Widow, I'm gonna wait till 11/22 on that day, and it's gonna be on Plex. Like, and then I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch it, being like, this is horrible. And this has to do with the Falcon and the Bucky show, and that should have came out before the Falcon and the Bucky show.
Yep.
Like,
so real quick, I brought up HBO Max has a updated list of their releases. So obviously Godzilla versus Kong, April 23rd, Mortal Kombat, May 14th, Those Who Wish Me Dead, stars Angelina Jolie. The Conjuring is June. Also in June, In the Heights.
Oh, I actually want to see that. That's the Lin-Manuel Miranda, like that actually one. That's the new
the creator of Hamilton.
Yeah, and it looks really, really good.
July 16th is Space Jam. August 6th is The Suicide Squad. August 27th is Reminiscence. And September 10th, Malignant. September 24th, The Many Saints of Newark. And October is Dune.
No, The Many Saints of Newark, that's the Soprano prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I thought it was coming out.
That is James Gandolfini's son is playing.
September? We gotta wait for that.
I don't care. I was never a Sopranos fan.
We just
guys just don't.
No. I'm saying I wasn't a Sopranos fan while it was out. We watched it. I think last summer we binged it, and it was amazing.
I'm not. But I was never into Godfellas. I was never into the Godfather. Like I was never into like mobster stuff. That's just that wasn't prevalent in my household. So
I grew up with that stuff, but I've never seen The Sopranos. But I've seen Goodfellas, Casino, Raging Bull, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sopranos was just way too long for me. I'll eventually get to it. Hopefully, I'll see it before Saints of Newark.
The best thing I've ever seen about Sopranos is do yourself a favor, and I think it's on Mad TV. It was a Mad TV sketch. It was like The Sopranos on A&E, and it's like censored because it's on A&E, and it's like William Sasso is Tony Soprano, and they're all like, it's like fut. Come on, Tony, fut. Oh, if you can find it on YouTube, it's literally like Will Sasso. It's like, it's like tune us next tomorrow for another 3-minute episode of Soprano. Because it's on cable. It's like on cable TV. They gotta cut out like all the swears and the violence. It is the best. And that, every time I think about that, that is exactly what I think about.
That is what reminds me of Sopranos is there's an episode of Family Guy. I think it was the 2-part where Stewie killed Lois and Lois killed Stewie, and it was all virtual at the end, virtual simulation. And
well, pause it, Leo. Like you can hear it, and Steve's talking. Pause it. You can play it in a second.
Okay. Thank you, James. So at the very end of the virtual simulator, Stewie says it was all a dream, and Brian comes to him and says, "Oh, so everyone watching this is like you're just sticking a big middle finger to them." And he's like, "Well, it's not the ending of Sopranos, but it cuts to black mid-sent, and then cuts to black like Sopranos." And that's the only thing it reminds me of is the finale of Sopranos. So,
yeah, the ending was pretty fucked up because they left it wide open, you know. Okay, so I found it for you, James.
Wait all the gabagool.
No more gabagool for you. The doctor said it's bad for you.
I don't give a f. Wanna get some more gabagool?
What am I, your servant? Fuck.
You know what? I don't need this.
You want some gabagool? Why don't you get it from one of your little Russian who?
Tell you what, why don't you stop breaking my ball?
Let's talk about your anger towards your mother.
Anger? Anger? Anger what?
Oh, you're clearly angry at her.
Yeah, no shin genius insight. You fucking Ray Charles? Let me tell you something. I didn't have anger at her, all right? I hated that bitch.
This is fucked up. Oh, it gets better.
I tell you what, you know what? Why don't you explore this? Getting better things to do. You sit around here all day yakking about my mother. See you next week.
Meadow, tell your father about your grades. I'm not talking to him. He's a fuck.
Hey, watch your fuck.
You are a racist fuck.
Over here dating your mother into my house.
Tony.
You just try.
Tony.
You bring that mother.
Well, I hope you're happy.
Where's your gabagool? Tony, please give me a chance. Don't do this. Shut up, you miserable piece of shit. What's the matter with you, huh? You think you can? He was a made man. You rat. Can't even look at you. Take him out, big boy. Pleasure. Who's hungry? I don't like to eat. How about some nice gabagool, Tony? Push! We don't got anything to do, okay? So shut the fuck. All right, already. What do you gotta break my book?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Wow.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. See you next week. I'm sorry. Will Sasso is one of my favorite comedians. Oh my god. Oh god damn it. But yeah, no, I know. Like I said, Dune's coming out in October, which can't wait. There's a list of movies that I'm starting to write down that I definitely want to see in theaters once everything kind of gets back to normal.
Yeah,
and Dune is one of those I know nothing about it because again I tried to watch the original movie and it's like I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused.
There's
that's spice.
There's 100 books. But
the movie is nothing like the books though.
Yeah. Well, they said that the movie tried to jam 4 or 5 books into one movie, and they couldn't. I heard this one's a lot. It doesn't. It takes a book or two, and it makes it the plot.
I was all about the movie when, like, in high school and stuff. It was. I haven't watched it in a long time though.
Oh, it's not good. It's not good.
Has Patrick Stewart in it though?
Yeah, that doesn't. Patrick Stewart's also in the Emoji Movie, so let's keep him as like a bar. He plays a piece of poo in the Emoji Movie. Like,
okay. I'm lost.
Falcon, Winter Soldier. Let's go there.
Okay. If you check out this week's or last week's splash pages, we talked about Truth, Red, White, and Black. Is it right? Yeah, Red, White, and Black.
I don't know. It's your show, Leo. You should know what your topics are.
It was the Isaiah Bradley story, which was introduced in Falcon, Winter Soldier last week.
Yeah, I have to say, I like the first episode. I like what they're doing with the second episode.
Yeah.
I told Jen after watching the second episode, I'm just not invested as I was with WandaVision.
I agree. Yep.
I have to disagree. I'm invested. The only thing is, I wish it was a little longer because they're saying it's 6 episodes. And I'm like, well, you better start cramming shit in the next.
The episodes are long.
Episodes.
The episodes
it's an hour. It's a little under an hour. But Steve, that's exactly what I said. It's just like you're already through 2 episodes. You really haven't flushed out the plot yet because you have your main plot, which really isn't been crystallized yet, but you're starting to get there. And the B plot is Sam dealing with the losing of the shield. Like I get that. And it also feels like I want more. Like, and for me, it's they're not developing Sam Wilson. And that's starting to piss me off. It's like you had this first episode where he came back from the blip. He's an Avenger. He's a hero, and he can't get a fucking loan.
Yeah,
like it's like It's the joke in like was it?
It seems like in the first episode, both Bucky and Sam, their characters weren't developed that well because the Bucky, he was going through.
That's great therapy. Like his character development has been on point. Like you're starting to see his arc grow, and you saw it, I think, accelerate in this past episode. But Sam is like, it's still the character that you see in the Avengers movies. Like, that was it. He helped his sister, and they couldn't do anything, and that was the end of the story arc. Like,
yeah, it's just what propelled him was the fake Pepsi, Captain America, I like to call it. Kurt Russell's son, basically.
Well, it would be interesting if they flesh out the Isaiah Bradley storyline.
And if you know them, they're not.
Well, apparently his son becomes somebody in the MCU that will be in Phase 4.
Because everybody's somebody.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, and maybe that's where like it gets away from me. Like, I like the Isaiah, like there was other super soldiers, and I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
But even to a point where like Bucky was like the whole point of being like, if Steve was wrong about you, that means Steve was wrong about me.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I was like, wow, like that's really like deep stuff. And like how Sam didn't want to deal with it. And he's like, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? Like in that whole scene, it was just so like heart-wrenching because you literally see Bucky still trying to grapple with himself because, again, and I like that line being like, if Steve was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there like, ugh. Like after all, like the character, like fixing him up and cleaning out his brain and doing all that stuff, it was just heartbreaking. And then even because I didn't talk about this episode 1 with you guys, but even episode 1 where he's like the only reason he's friends with that guy is because he killed his son, and he can't come to terms to tell him like, I killed your son.
Yeah.
And that is hard. Like, and that's what I mean. Like I have more connection with Bucky than I do with Sam, and they literally has almost the same amount of screen time in the MCU.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, Sam probably has more because he was an Ant-Man. Like, but it's like, I don't get his motivation. Like he doesn't he hasn't elaborated on like why he gave up the shield. Like there you need to give me more. And if that's going to be a revelation down the road, they're not doing a good enough job to tell us why he's grappling with it.
Well, and they also need, I mean, so we have 4 episodes left. You still need to build up US agent. And I mean,
he's not US agent. Not yet.
No, but he will be, you know, it's
gonna be part of the Thunder Rosses.
Yeah.
And they still need to
No, go ahead.
They still need to show Sharon Carter. And they obviously Zemo's going to pop up in this episode, which I'm looking forward to seeing because Daniel Bruhl's pretty awesome. So
and he was perfectly cast as Zemo. Like even
damn right. Damn
but
right.
Like, again, it's who's the villain in this? Like even the villains that they've already showed up, they don't seem like villains. Like again, it's these. And this is a whole nother tangent I could go on of villains nowadays in movies and television. Like they're like reluctant villains. Like we're villains because we have to do what we need to do. Like
maybe this is a theory I've been probing on because maybe they're leading you on because maybe that fake Captain America is probably a villain, but maybe the super soldiers are a villain or villain prime or
the flag smashers, whatever they are.
Or Zemo is just one pulling all the strings. Who the hell knows? But those are the 3 I'm going with. But I don't know. We still have 4 episodes to go. Either way, I'm invested in it.
Yeah, for me, it's, you know, and maybe it's different because after every WandaVision, we were like dissecting the episode and trying to figure out what was going on.
Who's Mephisto?
This one, it's very
Who's Mephisto?
Mephisto. It's the flag smashers.
Yeah.
But like even like and like I said, I'll give it to them. Like it's definitely a different feeling show, which it was always supposed to be. It's supposed to be more of a grounded show. It's supposed to be more following up on the events of the end game or the blip and dealing with the ramifications of the blip and stuff like that, which you're seeing, which is great. That was my biggest pet peeve between Endgame is they never really talked about what happened and how, and you're starting to see that with people being like, you weren't there, and you saw a little bit about it in WandaVision, like you weren't there. Like this is going to be a moving fixture throughout the next couple of phases is them recovering from these events.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just, again, it's one of those things where like, you know, where, you know, Sam is like, it belongs here. It belongs with Captain. And like, I'm like, dude, like you literally sound like a whiny bitch that got broken up and stood up at prom. Like, dude, like, you know, and that's what, like, I feel like he is. Like, that's like it's 6 months after he had the shield, and it's like, hey, he was in the place he needed to be. Like, dude, like, it's, if Captain America gave you a shield, you're like, I will hold on to this to the day I die. Like
yeah, I
why
mean,
would you give that back? How it is not back of my head, and he would be like, after a whole, even in the speech that he gave at the at the dedication, was like, this world needs heroes. And you didn't think they would make a hero? Like, it was like, and that's I think the whole thing with like the conversation with Don Cheadle was so good, and like the writing's on point, and I get it, the writing's really good because these are what these series are good at. It's just I'm not feeling for Sam Wilson. Also, to a point, being like, I thought the whole Captain America catching the shield thing was like super hard.
Yeah.
That like not everybody could do it, and this guy's like, ting, 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 got it. Like I'm like, I don't. So was it the super serum or was it he's just a really good soldier? Like now I feel like you're diluting what Captain America was based on like it's like, what are you doing with US Agent? Like, are you calling him Captain America? Like that's where it's kind of losing me. But I did like in the last episode them doing like the marching band version of the Captain America song from the montage.
Yeah, love that.
It just, I sat there, I was like, I want Chris Evans. Like, just give me more Chris Evans. Like, that's like kind of, and I get he's supposed to be the bad guy. I'm not supposed to like him. And it works. The guy is really good at doing that. Yeah. But at the same time, when he's done, I was like, I don't think I could do this. Like, then he's even doubting himself. I'm like, oh my God. Like, no one knows what the fuck they're doing. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, and even people on Twitter are doing their U.S. agent thing. So,
which is great. That's exactly what they want you to do because he joins Thunder Rosses with Taskmaster.
Yeah.
You guys know that Thor is a real god. And sure, Luke, whatever you say.
Thor used to be a myth, and now we study him in school.
There we go. Exactly. And Mjolnir is Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Mjolnirs.
So looking at upcoming MCU.
We know what's upcoming. It's Loki, What If, Miss Marvel.
Loki is June 11th. What If is summer. Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, She-Hulk.
She-Hulk and Moon Knight start shooting like in 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it says they're 2022. And then this year is Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's done, like finished filming.
Yeah,
like,
they wrapped, and they basically. Do you see what the wrap gift was?
No.
Oh, it was like a big there is like Andrew. It's like his gift was the same. One of the crew's wrap gifts was the same webbing. It was like something that had like all 3 different types of webbing. Of the costume webbing, and one was Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland.
And they made a big thing about the stuntman for Andrew Garfield thanked Tom Holland or something like that on Twitter.
Yeah, like it's all misdirection. We will know, and like I said, we're not even gonna know in the trailers.
Yep.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, if they do anything, it's just gonna be recycled footage from the other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for me, and in looking what Marvel's putting out, my concern is going to be oversaturation. Like, you're getting 4 movies and 6 TV shows this year. Like, that's a lot of stuff to put out there.
We didn't have anything for a year.
But that's not a bad thing. Like,
movie wise, now that Black Widow's been delayed till July. Technically, we haven't had a Marvel movie in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last one was Far From Home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I go back. I think I've been saying this on this podcast since day one, fucking almost 6 years ago. That's crazy, Leo. I met you almost 6 years ago. How can I miss you if you won't go away?
Yeah.
And I had no problem rewatching the Marvel stuff over, during the lockdowns. I enjoyed it. Jen watched almost all of them with like Harrison. We were watching the new stuff. It's just going to come to, a point where you're sitting there being like, I can't watch it. I can't keep up. And I feel like hopefully this is the only year they do this. And then next year will kind of go back to normal just because they have such a backlog of stuff they have to get through.
You mean you don't want another year that we're getting a new episode of something every Friday?
No. Like, can I digest what I'm watching? Like,
well, one thing that another Disney property is going to give us that we won't have to catch up with because all their timelines are messed up anyway. The Bad Batch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I was on board until I saw the new trailer.
Yeah.
I was 1,000% on board until I saw the new character that is going to be relatable to kids. And I'm like, you lost me. I'm like, awesome, like really cool. And then there's like, I'm going to tag along because I'm a kid and I have to be the relevant person in the story. I don't want to watch the show anymore. I don't want to watch it.
No.
I'm all set.
Yeah. What about Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker?
That's never going to happen. Never going to happen.
The casting call for Obi-Wan Kenobi this week was more interesting than that.
Yes, because you're going to see Uncle Owen and Aunt Bertha. You're going to see a little tiny Luke. You're going to see a little Luke running around. But again, it's only 8 episodes they said, or is it 6 episodes?
What, Obi-Wan?
Yeah, I think it's like 6 or 8 episodes, and that's it.
Yeah.
But like James Earl Jones is coming back to do the voice of Vader, which is awesome. Hayden Christensen's going to be there.
Nice.
I would advise if Ahsoka just drops in randomly, because why not?
Yeah.
But she does actually, I think, because isn't it in Rebels? That's where Maul finally dies, is by Obi-Wan. Spoilers, who haven't watched Rebels, which is probably nobody. So
I haven't watched Rebels.
So Rebels is actually.
Who are you?
I've watched bits and pieces of Rebels, but it's the same thing. There's too much. I need to get caught up.
Oh, really? And you guys can be shit about Snyderverse? Like, come on.
It only came out 2 weeks ago. Come on.
Oh yeah, Rebels has only been out for like 4 years.
And me and James are the only ones that get caught up with that.
Because that's actually good. But again, like Rebels 2, like I had to power my way through the first season, but then once it gets its legs underneath itself, it's an awesome story.
Yeah.
And like that ties into Solo. Like that's like they're starting to do that integration of stuff. And spoiler alert, one of the final episodes of Rebels is Darth Maul tracks down Obi-Wan on Tatooine, and they have a conversation around the fire, and they have another fight, and Obi-Wan kills him in 2 seconds because he's gotten more powerful, and Darth Maul is still driven by like rage and anger and all that stuff. So it was really, really good. It's a really like touching moment because he's like, you're here protecting something. Like, why else would you be here? And he realizes like all this thing, realizes like Vader is the chosen one and he's the kid of him, and he gets why he's doing what he's doing. And it's like that kind of that realization moment. It's actually like really well shot. It's an animated movie shot, but drawn, and the acting is like really, really well done. So I actually started rewatching episode 4 today. I was like, I'm going to watch New Hope.
What version of New Hope?
The 4K 70mm that someone uploaded onto Plex.
Oh, 4K 77.
77.
D plus 77 also.
I don't know. I I picked one.
Well,
There's 4 versions of it on the Plex.
I know. The D special.
You need to make like a collection of like New Hope versions, Empire versions.
Well, I got it in order.
No, you're not listening. Leo, listen to the words.
There's an organization for it.
No, I'm telling you, you should put like, you have like your DC collection, your Kevin Smith, a New Hope collection, and in New Hope you have all the different versions.
I'm gonna go in there now.
So while Leo's doing that, you guys mentioned Kevin Smith twice. I do want to say something Kevin Smith is coming into this area.
You going to movies?
I am going to movies.
Have fun.
It's nice knowing you, Steve.
I was gonna do that, but me and Jen are going on. Me, Jen, and the boys are going on a little vacation the week he's gonna be in Boston. So, are you going on the 8th? Because he's only there on the 8th.
No, I'm not going on the 8th because I have to work on Friday. I'm just going like in the middle of the following week.
Yeah, because he's there all day the first day for photos and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I already, because when you reserve something, you order your food and you can get beer and souvenirs. So I'm just grabbing my food and getting the hell out. So.
Yeah, I might let me know what they have there, because I might have you pick me up something.
Yeah, same here.
Like, because you don't need to pre-order the souvenirs. You can buy the souvenirs like walk up, right?
Yeah, you can get souvenirs there.
Okay, yeah. Let me know, like, when I'll look on their site and see what they have. I'll send you, and I'll just Venmo you some money or something like that.
Yeah.
When are you going again, Steven?
I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday. I'll let you guys know.
Okay, so here's the organization. I'm going to go over this.
Oh my God. Like, I don't really care about the organization. I'm just giving you shit. Like,
I know. Well, yeah, but this bugs me because I put so much hard work into this.
Okay, tell me what you did.
So the first,
this is riveting. This is a riveting thing for an audio podcast.
I know. So the first two, you have 4K 77 and 4K 83. These are, somebody found the pardon me, the original 35mm prints, and they scanned them in to 4K and cleaned them up. Star Wars D77 is the despecialized edition, but it's cleaner than the Harmy editions. I find this is a better watch. If you're going to watch any of them, watch D plus 77. The despecialized ones, you have all three movies. This is the original Harmy versions. So if you're going to watch anything, go D plus 77, then Empire, and then Return. Yeah.
Do you see, like, Steve, do you get my thing, right? Like, you get what I was saying about this?
Yes.
Thank you. But continue.
No, then it's just the regular releases. Just the regular.
I'm saying, like, you could literally just make a collection of all the New Hopes, all the Empires, and all the Return of the Jedi.
There's only 3 versions of A New Hope.
Yeah. Again, when you're looking through the whole Plex catalog.
4.
Leo, I love you. I love you so much as a friend. You make it harder than it needs to be.
If you understand my logic, the first set.
Leo, I don't understand your logic. That's the point of the conversation. I'm almost positive the X amount of people who have access to the Plex don't understand your logic either. So if I'm looking for Star Wars A New Hope and I don't feel like logging into Disney Plus, I don't want to be digging around for the correct version of A New Hope. I should go to the collection of Star Wars A New Hope and just click it.
For the record, James, I should just say before we close out the show, you know those signs like so many days without accidents? We've had one.
Don't even mention what you're gonna say, because it's one of those things. I always go to a fantastic Lewis Black joke where it says, "Have you ever seen the commercial, a Pepsi commercial?" And he's like, "No." It goes back. Its question is, if a neighbor comes up to you and says, you've seen the bear shitting on everybody's lawn? And you're like, "No." And the next day the bear's following you around. Like, don't say it. I know what you're going to. I know where you're. I know. Stop it. Bite your tongue.
What?
No, but I want to buy Leo. What I want to buy, Leo, is I don't know if you've seen it, is the Instagram or Facebook like counter. that is synced up to your Facebook. So every time you get a like, it like reticks itself up like a train thing.
Oh, nice.
You put it like on your shelf over there, and you look pretty.
This is actually going to be changed. I'm rearranging the room
after you did all the work to get it where it needed to be.
What do you mean all the work it needed to be?
We've seen this room grow and develop and mature over the last 2 years.
Yeah, it has. No, I got some new shelves, and I have another one coming. So I'm going to move my desk, move my plotter, and yeah.
I'm looking forward to possibly having an office for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you said you were going to possibly rent a place.
Oh, like an office? Yeah, I was actually talking about renting an office to get out, and I would rent an office space and have an office so I could get up and go to work.
Yeah.
They wanted like $500, and I was like, I'm all set with you.
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately,
I had a line on one for like $250.
Yep.
And we let it go because it's like we don't need it, and we regret doing that. But that was going to be like where Jen could do her crocheting, or I could do my work or do my podcasting, and not be here. I could be like somewhere like quieter, so it's like Jen and Harrison could sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I regret not getting that spot.
Yeah, maybe another one will pop up.
Well, hopefully we're gonna be finding a new place that will have a office I can convert into whatever.
Nice. There you go. Yeah, because
I'm just gonna win the lottery and just build my own podcast studio.
There you go.
That's what I didn't win the lottery, but I built my own studio. So
yeah.
Wasn't there a studio in Worcester, Leo, that we could have rented time from or something like that?
I don't know.
I remember that. I think it was when we were doing it with HB. Like we had access, or we had the opportunity to like go to a true podcast studio with like a full mixing board and like record there like once a month.
Yeah, there was the guys that
talk of that or something like that.
There was guys that run Trick or Treat Radio that had their own.
Yeah, that they were gonna like let us use it if we asked them and there was space or whatever like that.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, the thing is, Worcester was a long drive. So,
have you gotten your vaccine yet, Leo?
April 9th, I get my first one.
I get mine 2 weeks from Friday.
Nice.
I had my second dose 2 weeks ago. So
is there hope? Maybe is there hope then possibly of actually doing a live show one day of all of us at the same location?
At some point, yeah. So, I don't want to do anything until Megan's been vaccinated. So.
Oh, of course, no. It's a duh. No, but I know.
But there is a con I'm going to in August.
No, you're not. Well, I mean, the most surprising news is shocker. The Rhode Island Summer Con got canceled. Who would have thought that was going to happen?
Yeah,
I think the biggest shocker of them all was San Diego getting moved to Thanksgiving weekend, but the actors and actresses, and studio heads are reportedly backing out.
Yeah, fine. Let it be a comic. Let it be a true Comic-Con again.
Yeah. So,
well, I don't even see, if I'm Disney and I'm Marvel and I'm Star Wars, you don't need Comic-Con anymore.
No,
you don't. It's the same. E3 is no longer a thing because they finally realized pick a day on the calendar and you will then dominate the news cycle for 2 days. It's not the day and age of having a one area where people make breaking news no longer exists.
Yep.
So,
just leave the cons for comic books and celebrities.
Well, I mean, even look at the PlayStation Direct last year where they announced the PlayStation 5, what it actually looked like. Remember, it was all about games and showing what the software was going to do, and then they dropped it. How many people watched that live? And it was a taped thing.
Yeah.
How many people watch the Nintendo Directs that are taped? That's all they have to do.
Yeah.
Speaking
of that, I signed up for an alert for a PlayStation, and
you're not going to. I've already given. I will be surprised if I don't get one until 2022. It's a physical impossibility due to the fact of the semiconductors. They can't. There's a chip shortage. They can't.
But I mean, so I get the alert and they say Target has it in stock, and I log in. They tell me, a store 45 minutes away has 2.
Yep, and you can't get fast enough.
I can get it in checkout. By the time I hit checkout, sold out.
Well, the problem is they just put it, people put it in their carts until somebody can buy them. I get it. I mean, you realistically, you have a better shot of getting an Xbox right now than a PlayStation 5. I've seen 2 or 3 opportunities of getting an Xbox.
Yeah.
I saw a guy walking out of the Target the other day by me with an Xbox in his hand, and I asked him, did you just walk up to get it? He goes, yeah, I went on the app. They had one available, and I just walked in and grabbed it. It was at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Even Microsoft has them for sale, on the website. It's just for me, and I even told Jen, she goes, are you still going to get a PlayStation 5? I was like, I'll get a PlayStation 5 probably next year. I've already come to I'm not, if I stumble upon one, I'll grab it, but I'm not actively looking for it anymore. It's not worth it. I have way too much shit on my plate, and come June, I'm not gonna have time to play any video games. I'm not. I told Jen I took a day off. The first time I've taken a day off to get a video game, and that's for when Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out. And I said I took a day off from work and I'm buying it. I'm sitting my ass and playing a video game all day.
Yep.
The way I see it with the PlayStation 5 is you have a better chance finding a golden ticket in a candy bar than finding a PlayStation 5.
Like I said, I mean, for me, it was very much. Well, I've had this case for a whopping 8 seconds, and it's already correct. No, for me, it was very much. For me, it was very, very much the. For me, it was very much. If I stumble upon it, I'll grab it. But like I said, for me, Sony's been good about, they're not releasing a ton of games right now. And if I'm Sony, that keeps the demand low for the system.
I mean, the only reason why I would get one, I mean, yeah, there aren't really too many games for it, but it's the added performance and graphics to the existing games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of the games are upgraded, higher refresh rate, better graphics. So, And I mean, some of the games I have, which are phenomenal, I'd like to play, with better graphics. Like Days Gone. Days Gone is an amazing game, and on PS5 is upgraded. Ghost of Tsushima, same thing.
Yeah, like for me, it doesn't do anything for me right now. Like I said, nothing there is driving me to buy it or go out of my way to buy it. So if I stumble upon it, I stumble upon it, and we go from there.
Yeah, I've passed a lot of the alerts, but every now and then I'll try one. So, but yeah, I'm with you too. I've pretty much given up.
So,
well,
we'll see what happens. Like I said, E3 is not happening, but you'll see what happens.
Yeah, I've been playing more of my Switch lately.
Yeah, I bought Logan for his birthday, Link's Awakening.
Nice. That's a good
one. I definitely want to start playing that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually 2 games I want to purchase on the Switch. I have to wait a couple days till I get paid, but there's a sequel to WrestleFest, the old WrestleFest arcade called it's a sequel to WrestleFest, and it's reviews for it are through the roof. And Republic Commando is getting ported to the Switch, which
nice.
So
yeah, I've been playing a lot of Mario Maker.
Yeah,
lately. That's just a fun. I like torturing myself trying to beat some, but like I've made a couple levels, and I don't think I'm creative enough to keep but I find out what people do is you just download the level and you tweak the level a little bit differently to make it your own. That's how people make these like elaborate levels, and that's why they're all like the same.
I had to play Super Mario 35 for the last time yesterday.
Oh yeah, no, I like that game. Like I said, I would not be surprised if that comes back. Like because even they said like it's going away, but I would not be surprised if they were like they see all of a sudden their online presence trail off, that they would release it as like a permanent fixture.
Yeah, I lost count how many times I got first place on that thing.
Or like if they do it for like Mario 2 or Mario 3 or something like that, or Super Mario World, like I could see them doing something like that as well. So, but hey, like I said, for me, like I said, Nintendo, if I know they're talking about making a Switch Pro or like a Super Nintendo Switch, which for the love of God, please call it that.
For Nintendo Switch.
I remember on our first show a while back about the Switch, I told you they should have just called it Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you have Nintendo?
Yeah.
Like that would have been simple marketing, because it's not called. It's the original Nintendo isn't called. It's called the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah, but everybody called it Nintendo.
Yep. Hey, I got a Nintendo.
Yep.
Hey, did you get the new Nintendo? Yep. I got brand recognition. It's right there. You don't need to do anything else. Like word of mouth marketing is already there. And then if you want to make another one, hey, do you get the new Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Because you're far enough away that you can have, that's not my Super Nintendo. That's your Super Nintendo.
Back in my day,
the Super Nintendo was this gray box with blue and the green, the purple buttons.
And he didn't have to blow on the cartridge anymore.
I love that. I love that system. Oh, such a good system.
Well, I know we ran late, so we'll wrap things up unless you guys have anything else.
No.
I'm probably going to go watch Godzilla and Kong. Okay. Yeah, I'll be to bed around 1, 2 o'clock. Okay, Steven, where do you like people interacting with you?
Super Retro Throwback Reviews on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Now we're going to be doing Twitch once a week. Still finalizing a day. So twitch.com/Super Retro Throwback Review. We have a podcast, 2 podcasts, Super Retro Throwback Reviews, the audio files every Monday. Episode 140, Harambe v. Kojira, is going to be out on Monday. So check that out. And our second podcast, CSI The Vegas Files, Season 3, Episode 1, is available tomorrow, Friday. So check those out, and I'll be here every Wednesday on The Dorkening.
Nice. You doing gaming on Twitch?
Retro gaming through RetroArch.
Nice.
Also, patreon.com/Super Retro Podcast.
Cool. And how are you streaming? What software are you using to stream?
OBS.
OBS? Okay. Did you find out how to I know there's like a widget that will like show your game stats as you're playing. Did you find that yet?
I can't hold it up to the computer screen, but shoot.
Don't worry about it.
You mean this thing?
No. It's if you watch some of the competitive players, like they'll have a little.
I'm not doing it competitively. I'm just doing it for fun. So
yeah, okay. Okay, fine. Be that way.
No. I'll take.
No. I was just curious what that is, but don't worry about it. I can do some research. How about you, James?
You can find me here on the Dorkening Podcast Network. I actually got rid of my Twitter and Instagram, so you cannot follow me there. The only place you could follow me is It's Go Time with Jay and James. So check that out. Search that around. So definitely do that. And my new episode dropped this week. Is we talked about Patriots free agency and baseball season. As opening day is tomorrow, so check out the show on where podcasts are found. All the fun stuff there. So fun times.
Cool beans. And for me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which, but more importantly, follow these awesome people and head on over to the Dorkening. Over 30 shows on the network. And you can find us everywhere where shows are found. And Mondays, we do the Creator Spotlight. We have a Grease special coming up in a couple weeks, which is going to be great. Some cool stuff in the works. With that, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Later.